definition. If you want to be above average, you got to be willing to do the things that average players are not willing to do. I want you to keep a little chip on your shoulder, outwork everyone, stack small victories. When you take care of the small things, the big stuff tends to take care of itself. Keep watching these videos and apply what I teach. Hey, it's Coach Justin from Ultimate Baseball Training, and welcome back to another video. So we all know that baseball has ups and downs. You're gonna have hitting streaks, and unfortunately you're gonna have slumps as well. Slumps are inevitable, and every single hitter is going to go through slumps at some point in their career. The problem that I see many younger hitters struggling with is losing confidence in themselves and in their abilities when they go through that inevitable slump. So that's what I want to help you out with today. I've got a few tips that I really think will help you stay confident when you're going through that inevitable slump that every single hitter out there is bound to go through, so that you can develop some consistency as a hitter instead of being a streaky hitter. Let's get started. So the first tip I have for you is this: the separation is in the preparation. Okay, many times a lack of confidence comes from knowing that you didn't prepare properly. Okay, so I want you to think about taking a test in school that you forgot to study for. So you show up, it's test day, you didn't know it was test day, you just sit down at your desk and all of a sudden the teacher starts handing out a test and you completely spaced it, you completely forgot that there was a test. You'd probably feel a lack of confidence in that moment, right? And you'd probably feel a lot of nervousness. Makes sense, right? But on the flip side, imagine if you studied 4 hours the night before that test and you walked into that exam totally prepared. You would immediately feel more confident in yourself, and you would have less anxiety and less worry because you know that you prepared properly, okay? So what I want you to do, especially when you're slumping, you should be working hard all year round, especially if you have big goals, right? A lot of you guys talk about you want to be an above average or a great baseball player, but you're doing average work. You know, by definition, if you want to be above average, you got to be willing to do the things that average players are not willing to do, right? So you should be working hard year round, but during a slump, I challenge you, I want you to work even harder, all right? So keep showing up early, keep staying late, keep hitting those extra buckets of balls, keep watching these videos and apply what I teach. And then when game day comes around, when you've prepared properly, I want you to keep a little chip on your shoulder, not cockiness, but just quiet confidence, a little chip on your shoulder, knowing that you are more prepared than anybody else out on the field, okay? That's what's gonna give you confidence. You can draw confidence from the fact that, hey, I have outworked every single other person on the field. Nobody is as prepared as me. When you can say that, and when it's honestly the truth, you're gonna have a lot more confidence in someone who's not prepared. So that's the first thing. The separation is in the preparation. You should be working hard, especially if you've got lofty goals. Work hard all the time, but when you're in a slump, man, you've got to work even harder. Outwork everyone. The next tip for when you're slumping is stack little victories. And what I mean by that is when you're going through a tough time at the plate, it's so easy to get wrapped up in outcomes and the lack of, you know, I'm not getting hits right now, and oh no, I went 0 for 4, and then the game before that I went 0 for 3, and you start worrying about the big things, the big outcomes, right? What I encourage you to do though is break it up into bite-sized chunks and stack small victories, because the ironic thing is in baseball and in life, when you take care of the small things, the big stuff tends to take care of itself. So what do I mean by small victories? I'm talking about the littlest things. I'm talking about showing up early to practice, getting extra work in before practice, staying late, getting extra work after practice. I'm talking about on game day, having the same type of pre-game routine. How many hitters out there have the same pre-game routine? Not very many, right? So that's a small victory, but that's gonna set you apart from everybody else if you just have the same consistent pre-game routine. How about a routine in the on-deck circle? Do you do the exact same thing in the on-deck circle? Do you walk up to the plate the exact same way? Are you stepping in the batter's box and playing the game one pitch at a time? If you're doing that, give yourself credit for those small victories. Win this pitch, then when you do it, great. Give yourself credit for that, then go out and win the next pitch. After each at-bat, are you analyzing your at-bats and are you learning from your mistakes so that you can fail forward, okay? So these are all things, small little details that you can start stacking, and they're gonna give you confidence. Again, I wanna really drive the point home that, you know, if you want to be an above average baseball player, you have to be doing more than the average player. And I'm telling you, you're going to be able to draw confidence, which is so important, especially when you're in a slump. We have to keep that confidence high. When you stack these small victories and when you're doing things that other players are not willing to do, you're going to start to truly believe that you deserve on the field results that those players don't deserve, right? If you're staying an hour after practice every day and nobody else is staying, you're going to start to truly believe I deserve more than these these players. I just need to go out and show it on the field, but I deserve more because I'm working harder. I'm working towards my goals every single day. These guys are doing the bare minimum. So that's going to help you increase your confidence. That's so important in a slump. So stack little victories. This next tip is such a big one, and that is leave the past where it belongs. I want you to think about, have you ever really pondered why the rear view mirror in a car is smaller than the windshield? Why is that? Well, it's because what's in front of you is so much more important than what's behind you and what's already in the past, right? And the same can be said for when you're in a slump. Too many players completely beat themselves up about worrying about the past. And you've got to understand, I know it sounds like common sense, but really get this through your brain. Once an event happens, it's in the past, and good or bad, there's nothing you can do to go back and change it. So when I snap my fingers, good or bad, right? If I like that snap or if I don't, I can never go back and change what I just did because it's over with. What I can do is I can learn from that, right? So when you go 0 for 4 at the plate, or when you're struggling and striking out, or whatever the case may be, you can learn from that. That's the only way that you get better, is by learning from your mistakes and making adjustments moving forward. But don't dwell on the past. Don't be, looking in the rearview mirror the entire time that you're driving. Look forward. Look at the potential. You got a fresh game. Yeah, you went 0 for 4 last game, but guess what? I learned this, and this, and now today I've got a fresh opportunity to go out and showcase my skills, right? So leave the past where it belongs, which is in the past. Once an event happens, it's over with. You can't change the past, and you also cannot control the future. So the only point in time that you truly have any influence over is the present moment. So that's what I encourage you to do, is dominate this present moment, win this pitch, win this at bat, focus here, and when you do that, the rest will take care of itself. So learn from your past, because it's important. That's the only way you get better. You're gonna fail, but you've got to learn from that and make adjustments. But don't get too caught up about dwelling on the past, and don't get too caught up about worrying and having anxiety about the future. Focus on the present moment, the here and now. The last tip I have for you is really powerful. I want you to remember that you belong. If you made the team, if you have a spot on the roster, if you're in the lineup, your coaches believe that you belong, right? If you made the team, the coaches truly believe that their team is better off with you than without you. Otherwise, you'd have gotten cut, right? So I know it's easy, especially when you're struggling on the field, you're going through a little bit of a slump. It's easy to get down on yourself. It's easy to think, man, I'm no good, I suck, right? But you can't let that creep into your head. You can't let that doubt and that fear creep into your head. You have to constantly remind yourself that I belong here. I work hard, I deserve this. And it's very rare in baseball and in life for someone to tell you that you belong. So I'm here to tell you, you belong. You can do anything that you want in baseball and in life if you truly believe that you belong, and you couple that with hard work, and you learn from failure, and you make adjustments moving forward. You can do anything that you want, but you better believe, you have to believe that you belong. You have to have that self-confidence. And don't let doubt creep in at the first sign of failure. So if you didn't get any hits today, don't all of a sudden, go down negative road and start thinking about, oh man, I'm an awful baseball player. Don't let that doubt creep in, because the reality is, if you've been playing this game for any length of time, you've had success before as the same player, wearing the same uniform, same team, same coaches, same teammates, same equipment. You've had success before in the past. So why can't you, do it again in the future? You can. You're just going through something right now. So don't ever forget that you belong. Remember that. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate that. It's just one click away and it would really help me out. So please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, because we're coming out with brand new baseball videos every single week and I don't want you to miss them. So subscribe. And last thing, hitters, I put together a free resource that I really think is going to help you out. It's called the Contact Point Checklist, and you can download it 100% for free. All you have to do is just click on the link down below in the description. I'll also leave that link in the comments section. But what I've done is I've freeze framed the swing at the point of contact, and I've highlighted a few key areas that you need to focus on. You need to make sure that you have all of these elements incorporated into your swing at the point of contact in order to really maximize your bat speed and power and your consistency at the plate. So it's 100% free. I really think it's going to help you out. Go download that right now. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.